you have the option to create your courses in Schoology that do not link to your Skyward rosters and do not link to the Skyward gradebook. Right? There's several different kind of classes where it might make more sense for you not to have it linked to an actual Skyward gradebook. For example, when we eventually do training courses through Schoology, we would not want to tie ours to Skyward, for one, because we wouldn't actually have classes in Skyward that would have teachers as students in that classroom, and two, we wouldn't necessarily want to stick to the grading periods for a specific marking period because in our case, most of the training would come over the summer. So if you want to actually set up your course that it's not linked to Skyward or anything, what we basically need to do is either modify your course that you have from your IU or actually create a new course, and then we'll show you how to get the students into it. All right, if you want to create a new course, so we're just going to start from scratch for the time being. You're just going to go, once you're logged into Schoology, you're going to click on Courses, and then you're just going to click the Create button. Alright, so I'm just going to say this is my Schoology demo. Alright, I don't need a course code. For my section name, I'm just going to try to make it replicate what you might do for your classes. I'm going to say this is period 1. I don't need a section code. What we can do is add sections now, but what I'm going to show you is how we're going to set up our gradebook and everything, and then I'm going to have us add sections later once our grades are all set up. So our subject area we have to pick, so I'm going to pick technology. I'm going to say most of our teachers are in graduate level, and then in my case I'm just going to keep this as the open grading period, so that way I can keep this open and keep modifying it for the next 8 years, or we can even actually modify that open date so it just keeps extending more and more. Alright, so I'm going to create this as a new course. Alright, so I have a brand new course. There's nothing in it. No settings have been changed to it. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the gradebook on the left side, and then I'm going to go to grade setup. Okay, so right now it gives me options. I can change grading categories. So just like you can in Skyward, you could say that I want assessments to be worth a certain percentage of the overall grade. I want homework to be worth a certain percentage of the grade. So all you'd have to do is click add. Alright, I'm going to click category. I'm going to say I want this to be assessments. Alright, it's going to be calculated by total points. Alright, and then it does give the option to drop the lowest however many scores. I'm just going to say 0 just because I'll just say everything in Schoology I just want everybody to see. So I'm going to hit create. So basically what this does is now when you create an assignment in Schoology, you can actually have it linked to this category for when you calculate your grades. Okay, right now I don't have any weighted categories. Alright, I'm not putting any weight on anything. So everything that I do is just going to be whatever the points are worth. It's just going to find the average of those points. Let me just add another category. I'll just do homework, and then I'll have that there. If I do check off that I want to weight categories, I can say that, alright, I want this to be 80%, and I want homework to be 20%. Alright, what you really have to explain to students is that Skyward is going to be the factor that is their grade. That's going to be where they go to find their report card information. So if you do not have your Schoology gradebook matching what you have in Skyward, you really need to explain to them that this is just for you as a teacher and for them as a student to understand where they are. So you can have different categories. You can choose to weight them if you want. Right? You can choose not to weight them. The little star on the left side is just the option that basically is going to be the default for the assignment when you make it. So if I put a little star here next to assessments, when I go to make an assignment in Schoology, that's going to be the first option that shows up because that's the one I'm choosing as my default. For your grading periods, I chose open just because it's a demonstration course. You could have chosen the different marking periods, and then that would give you options when you actually go through and make assignments. Your other options are not necessarily important for right now, but you can check those off, and you can talk to the tech department if you just want clarification for what something means, or you can experiment, basically, because anything you do in those options, you can actually just turn that option off if you decide it doesn't do what you want it to do. The grading scales that they have as defaults here is numeric and just letter grades. So I would suggest just sticking with those for right now, but if for some reason you want to change that, you could. The other option you have is to create rubrics. The rubrics feature is really nice right now because it's a brand new course. I don't have anything, but it is possible to get your rubrics on here where you could just click actual categories and actually score it right on Schoology. So that turns out to be pretty nice. But if you have questions or if you're interested in trying to set up a rubric where you can do quick grading for the kids, let us know, and then we'll set that appointment up for you. But this just basically gives you an overview of actually setting up that gradebook. If you have any questions, let us know.